So, this young lady, I've known her and her husband, Sheriff Patrick Labat, for many, many years. She used to listen when I was on my first station, and I didn't even know they listened to me. And when I found out, I was like, man, they listen to my show. And she's now my sister, my dear beloved sister, Jacki Labat. She is the founder, right,
Yes.
of Positively Pink Foundation. So, and it's because of your
Thank you.
diagnosis.
That's right.
Right. Tell us about that.
That's right.
The question that I have,
Yeah.
specific question, is what was that first thought that went through your head when the doctor came out, you sitting down, and he read the diagnosis?
So, gosh, that's a great question because all my life, well, I say all my life, but when my mother passed, she died at age 50 of a sudden heart attack. She was teaching high school at Grady High School, died on the spot. So I grew up, my sisters and I, as we aged, we always sort of feared heart issues.
Right.
I did not have breast cancer on my radar. So I missed a mammogram during COVID and ended up the following year not doing it around my birthday, which is in May, and waiting until the November of the following year. So I would have gone in May, missed it the year prior, and then went in November. And
Now, how? Just
Yeah.
really quick, hold that thought. How many times, or when should women have
I
mammograms?
think now don't get me to lying, but I think it's in your 40s, maybe.
And every year?
And I was bad about it. I
Right.
think it's every year.
Okay, go ahead.
I think
Okay.
it's supposed to be every year.
Right.
But I've prior to my reconstruction, I always had very small breasts. So
Right.
I just kind of backburnered it because mammograms are just awful, like
Right.
just, squishing and all that stuff. So I didn't have them regularly, but I was getting to a point where with the insurance carrier that I had at the time, you got a lot of reminders
Right.
about stuff like that. So mind you, in 2021, did not have one. In 2022, would have gone in May, but just delayed it and went in November. And when I went for the mammogram, the young lady, the tech, actually had a real blank look on her face. And I'm a good reader of energy. And I felt like she saw something on the screen, like she saw something in the x-ray. And she closed the visit and said, just go take off your robe and put it over there, and you just go wait on your perfect mammogram results. And I was like, nobody's ever said that before.
Right.
But it was almost like an over reassurance,
Right.
So that kind of left something with me. So I was not entirely surprised when I got the first report back that said, we see something, we'd like you to come back in for a biopsy. Then they did the biopsy. Then we see something, we'd like you to come back in for the next test and the next test. And it wasn't until late October. So that process started in August. And there were a series of tests, series of results coming back in. But the diagnosis, we do see cancer there, came as a phone call.
Wow.
And I was not in the doctor's office. But just in terms of keeping busy, we were in this window of waiting on the call
Right.
from the final biopsy. And we were just trying to stay busy. And we went to one of those early 7 a.m. breakfasts. And as we were leaving, the phone rang. And she said, this is Dr. I can't remember her name now. Wasn't my surgeon that I used. It was the doctor I used during the first phase. But she said, we got your results back, and we do see cancer
So
there.
what was that first thought when?
I think it was just kind of like my life flashing before my eyes. Like it was, I can't believe this. Like I felt like there was something, but everyone around me was saying, think positive,
Right.
Don't claim that. But like in my spirit, I just felt like there was just another shoe to drop. And so that was it.
Right.
But I will say until, I went through my surgeries and as all of the pathology started to come back, you just don't know what you don't know. So I just approached it day by day and try to have as positive of an outlook as possible, but you can't help but think about your mortality.
Right.
And
that's what I wanted to get to.
how much time do I have?
Right, and that's what I want to get to because I got to be honest. When I go to bed at night, and I know this is not the Christian way, right, or a believer's way, but it kind of is my way, right? I fully intend to wake up the next morning. And so I go through my life living like I've got plenty of time. And what's happening to me now that I'm closer to the end than I was the beginning,
Right.
I'm starting to look at things like very much differently.
Right.
I'm not going to waste my time. I'm not going to do certain things. I'm not going to act certain ways.
Right.
But when that's me thinking, having no idea when the final day is coming.
Right.
When you get a diagnosis like breast cancer, there's an end date that you kind of can see. You think there is one.
Well,
I'm
you
sorry.
think there is one,
Right.
Because you, when you get the first diagnosis, you don't know your stage, or you don't know,
Right.
your treatment plan, and you don't know how your body will react to everything. And so you don't know if it'll return. And what
Right.
a lot of people don't know is that even with a double mastectomy and having full reconstruction, you still, in my case, the outer shell of the breast is still the same, but that tissue is still there. So there's still a minute chance of recurrence.
Right.
And many people think you have a double mastectomy and you don't. But
Right.
in my case, it was very, very early. And having been diagnosed in November and the spot being as small as it was, had I gone in May, they might not have seen it.
Right.
Or had I waited and gone the next May, it might have been much bigger.
Right.
So
What
I
is-
just think the timing was what it was meant to be, because it was small, it was early. We did aggressive in terms of my surgeries, and I didn't have to have chemo, and I didn't have to have radiation.
Let me ask you this. There are women out there, families out there, as we go into Mother's Day weekend, who may have gotten a diagnosis, maybe going through treatment now, maybe a breast cancer survivor as you are. What is your number one message for them? If you're Positively Pink founder, what is your message for them?
My message really does revolve around positivity. Dr. Roxburgh Phillips actually mentored me through my process. I did see Dr. Aaron Bowman and Dr. Grace Ma for my surgeries, but Dr. Roxburgh Phillips spoke a lot about positivity and about patients that she had who had relatively low-level diagnoses but had a negative mindset and did not do well. And folks who had very aggressive cases who kept a positive mindset did better. And so it really is, the mind is so powerful in how you think and how you approach a situation. Now, don't get me wrong. I had my middle of the night cries and,
Right.
My speeches to Patrick about who he could marry and who he couldn't marry. And,
You know
all
what's so
the
funny about that?
things.
I totally seeing you having that conversation. I don't know another woman
Yes.
except you and maybe 5 others, and they're all called the Champagne Girls, that would have that conversation about when I go, you can be with her,
The
but
champagne
not her.
gang, yes,
the champagne
and,
gang.
yeah, or I'll come back and haunt you.
Right,
that kind of thing.
right.
Yeah,
I can't
yeah.
only see you guys doing that. That is hilarious. We've got a couple minutes left.
Okay.
Positively Pink Foundation. Tell us about that, and tell us about the golf tournament.
Yes. So, because my breast cancer journey was, I think it spared me in many ways that, some cases are legacy cases, that you will probably not be around. Some cases, people are disfigured or they just don't come back and feel like themselves. And so I was so blessed, not only in material resources, but also in love and support, that I started this foundation to give back to others.
Gotcha.
We went public with the diagnosis, so there was a lot of love poured into me. Flowers, the house just looked like a florist. Amazon boxes, couldn't even get in the door, and just multiple of the same items just coming. And I did turn around and give a lot of it to breast cancer patients who were newly diagnosed, just friends of friends or just anybody, just so that it could be reused. But then I thought, what a great thing to do to start a foundation that would provide care packages curated care packages, also scholarships, sort of grants, financial support where their needs are met, whether it's copays or we helped a mother out in California pay her car note. And then also long term, I really want to invest in healing havens because I do know that I was blessed to be in a home with, lavender spray coming out the shower,
Right.
bed linens,
Right.
and people taking
Right.
care of me, good, healthy food.
But they're
So we
working
want-
class women who have none of
Yes.
that.
And
Right.
some people have great bosses, some people have horrible bosses. And
Right.
so I was fortunate enough to be in a space of working from home and being able to rely on family members. Some people are very private and don't even talk to their family about it, or they just don't have that support.
Right.
So we also have a Breast Friends peer-to-peer support group that one of our recipients, actually Faye Adams Taylor was our first recipient, and she leads that group. So the foundation was started. We received our 501c3 status in December of 2025. And on my birthday, May 21st, we will host our inaugural golf tournament, and the proceeds will benefit the foundation.
Now, how can people sign up?
Yes.
And so here's the deal, ladies and gentlemen. I'm friends. I'm going to play,
Yes.
but I need 3 guys to play, or women, but I need 3 people to play with me. So
Yes.
tell them how they can sign up. And when they sign up, tell them to put Shelly Winter in Shelly Winter's group.
Yes, absolutely. So if you go to tppfoundation.org, and that's TPP, the Positively Pink Foundation.org, on the homepage, you'll see register for Positively Pink on the links. And it is May 21st at Browns Mill Golf Course. But yes, put in your special notes section, Shelly Winter.
Yep.
Shelly's
I need
got his
3.
team.
I need 3 players because I want to win this inaugural tournament. You're going to have nice trophies?
I am.
All right.
I'll have nice trophies. And it's so funny. Everybody who's signing up says they want to win.
Yeah, well, yeah, and no cheating. You got to have a way that
No
people don't.
cheating.
No cheating. These guys, I'm telling you, I play in these
Oh, no.
best ball tournaments all
I
the
know.
time, and they cheat, man.
I know.
They cheat.
I know. Creative scorekeeping is what I call it.
My sister, I care so much about you.
Thank you. I appreciate you.
Yeah, I appreciate
take a
you.
lot of smoke being your friend. People teasing me and say I'm a Republican. I'm just an independent thinker.
Yeah, you're an
I'm
independent
a very
thinker.
independent thinker.
Well, I catch a lot of heat too. Shout out to, and I'm saying this specifically for one of the Champagne crew. Shout out to you, sweetheart. Miss you. We'll be right back. It's the Shelly Winter Show.
Okay.
Love you, Jackie.
Love you too.